Hey guys, welcome back for another reaction. Today I'll be reacting to 10 incredible stunning towns in Germany. I am so excited to watch this video because this is a perfect video for me to watch because I'm going to Germany soon. And I already looked up plane prices the other night and last night because I really want to go soon. But I don't know where to go yet because I'm not a fan of big city and crowded places, so I think this is perfect. This video is perfect. So let's get into this.
Germany is more popular than ever to visit right now. And when people think about traveling
Mm-hmm.
here, they usually picture big cities like Berlin or Munich or maybe Cologne. And
I
while
want to go
those
to
places are
Cologne.
amazing, they can also be crowded, expensive, and honestly a little exhausting. So in this
Yeah, that's
video, we
so
are
much
doing something a
people.
little different. Instead of big cities, we are sharing 10 beautiful German towns that
I'm
are easy,
excited.
relaxed, and just feel good to visit. Places with charm, history, and a much slower pace. And if you don't know us, we are Deanna and Phil. Deanna's from the United States and I'm from Germany, and for the last couple of years we're living in Germany. Now, this is not gonna be a complete list. Germany has thousands of picturesque towns and villages, as it is actually quite a large country by population and the most populated one in the European Union.
All of the places on this list we have personally visited, really enjoyed, and would happily go back anytime. Some are fairly well known within Germany, others are still a bit under the radar
That's
internationally. But all of them have one thing in common: a relaxed atmosphere, beautiful surroundings, and that classic small town German charm that makes them absolutely worth visiting. So let's start in the north and work our way south.
Number 1, Lübeck.
Lübeck.
First up is Lübeck in northern Germany. This town was once one of the most powerful trading cities in Europe. And when you walk through it today, you can still feel that history everywhere. The entire historic
Yeah,
center
it's
actually
not that
sits on an
busy.
island surrounded by rivers and canals, and it is packed with beautiful medieval
Wow.
buildings made from dark red brick. This style is called brick Gothic, and it's something you don't see very often outside of Northern Europe. Walking through Lübeck almost feels like stepping back into the time of the old Hanseatic trading
Dang, it's
empire.
cool.
Yes, and it's also known for its marzipan cake and marzipan
That's
coffee
pancake?
as well. Just marzipan in general. Both are absolutely delicious and might reduce your stress level even more.
That's actually the Lübeck
Oh.
guarantee. Number 2.
Gosh, I am so excited. I'm gonna put this on my list. I'm gonna look it up tonight, like check and do more research where I want to go. I'm so excited. I don't know what to say.
Blankenese.
Blankenese?
Next is Blankenese, which technically belongs to Hamburg, but it feels nothing like a big city. This place looks more like a little coastal village. The neighborhood is built on a hillside along the Elbe River, with hundreds of narrow stairways connecting small houses, gardens, and viewpoints. From the top, you can watch huge container ships slowly pass by on the river. It's a really unique mix of village charm and massive global shipping happening right in front of you.
Yeah, this makes it really feel like northern Germany, and it's a great quick escape from the hustle and bustle of Hamburg. And you can easily combine visiting both places when you're in that area.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 3, Görlitz.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Okay, we are jumping over to the far east. If there's one town on this list that almost nobody outside of Germany knows about, it is Görlitz. But it might actually be one of the most beautiful historic towns in the entire country. Görlitz has thousands of preserved buildings from different time periods, which gives this city an incredible architectural variety. Because of that, Hollywood filmmakers love it. Movies like the Grand Budapest Hotel were filmed here, and the best part, compared to many famous towns, Görlitz is still incredibly quiet and relaxed. For me as a German, I couldn't believe how beautiful this town was.
Yeah, we went here last year on our summer road trip crossing Germany from west to east. Check out that video series if you're interested. And fun fact, you can walk over this bridge and bam, you're in Poland. That's a typical European border for you. We would go back there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it was awesome. Number 4.
That is so nice. You'll just walk and then you'll be in Poland. That is interesting. Like, there's a comment on one of my videos that says that he's from Germany, and then he said that he skipped class, I think, and then he went to Netherlands, France, and then I don't remember the other place. And then that's just for a day. It's just so crazy that you can go anywhere in just a day. Oh my gosh, I want to experience that. I really can't wait. Like, I was looking into it the other night that I'm gonna go to Germany, and then I'm gonna go to Austria and then Switzerland after. It would be a lot of money, but it will be worth it. And money will come back, time won't. So I'm gonna have fun when I go to Germany and the neighbor countries because I also love Switzerland. So why not?
Marburg.
Marburg might be one of the most dramatic looking towns in Germany. The entire town is built on a steep hill with narrow medieval streets climbing up towards the castle that towers above everything. We had some beautiful and delicious cake at one of the terraces here, and then made our way up to the castle. As you walk up the hill, you pass colorful houses, tiny alleyways, and incredible viewpoints over the rooftops. It almost feels like a fantasy setting, like a medieval town stacked on top of itself. It is a student town, which gives it a lively, modern, and young vibe as well, in between the medieval architecture.
Yeah, it's quite unique. But it is kind of beneficial to be a good walker here, as the streets and stairs are steep, but we were both blown away by Marburg and would love to go back for that calm medieval feeling again.
Yeah, definitely.
It's beautiful.
Number 5,
yeah.
Duderstadt. Okay, I had to put my hometown on the list, but it's kind of special, even though as a kid you didn't really notice that. But if you're looking for that classic fairy tale Germany look, Duderstadt is hard to beat. Deanna said it kind of looks like Disney World when she visited for the first time.
Really?
Yes, it really does. The town has hundreds of traditional half-timbered houses, many of them slightly crooked and leaning after hundreds of years. Walking through the old streets feels like wandering through a storybook. Truly. A big Catholic and Protestant church on either side competing against each other in the center of a medieval defense wall that is partially still preserved today. The town is about 1,100 years old, and many buildings were built before the United States was even a thought.
And unlike some of Germany's more famous historic towns, Duderstadt still flies under the radar for international tourists. It gets some domestic tourists, but it's never too busy
looks really
or stressful.
clean too.
It is also located pretty much in the center of Germany, so it could be a potential stop when traveling through the country. It is quiet, relaxed, and incredibly charming, I would say.
Not biased at all.
Number 6, Weimar.
Weimar is small, tidy, and full of cultural history. This town played a huge role in German literature, music, architecture, and philosophy. Famous writers like Goethe and Schiller lived and worked here, and their influence is still everywhere in the city. At the same time, Weimar feels surprisingly calm and walkable, with beautiful squares, classical buildings, and leafy parks.
It is often called one of Germany's cultural capitals, and for some reason you can feel it. It is just peaceful and easygoing, but smart and educated at the same time. And don't forget to grab a Thüringer Rostbratwurst, probably the world's best bratwurst.
It's my favorite first, I think.
Number 7, Goslar.
Goslar.
Next is Goslar, located right on the edge of the Harz Mountains, one of the most historic and underrated regions of Germany. Goslar itself is more than 1,000 years old and has one of the country's best preserved old towns, filled with beautiful half-timbered houses, narrow streets, and cobblestone squares. The town became wealthy thanks to silver mining in the nearby mountains, and you can still see that prosperity in the impressive historic buildings around the market square. Before Christmas, our favorite Christmas market is here in Goslar. With the medieval backdrop, it is just pure magic, and the food here is always amazing. If you don't like crowds, this is a much better experience than going to the famous Christmas markets in Nuremberg or like Cologne.
But Goslar is also a great getaway to explore the wider Harz region, which is
That would be so fun to go there in winter, but as I've said, I'm not a fan of cold weather, so I'd rather go in fall.
This national park in the center of Germany, full of forests, mountains, and charming historic towns. One of the most famous is
Quedlinburg.
We actually haven't visited yet
Ah.
ourselves, but it's often recommended as one of the
My
most
gosh, it's
beautiful medieval
beautiful.
towns in all of Germany, with hundreds of historic half-timbered houses. So if
That's
you're
a
planning
lot.
a trip to the Harz, Goslar, or Quedlinburg, are some fantastic places to start.
Number 8. Heidelberg.
Next up is Heidelberg. It is definitely more famous than most towns on this list, but there's a very good reason for that. The city
Yeah, I've
sits
heard
along
that,
the
I
Neckar
think.
River, with the massive ruins of Heidelberg Castle towering above the old town from the hillside. And
Oh.
down below, the historic center is full of narrow streets, colorful buildings, cozy cafes, and small shops, which makes it a really enjoyable place to just wander around for a few
Yeah,
hours. When we visited,
I'll do
we
that
actually
too.
tried some of Germany's weirdest food, like filled pig stomach meat dish,
Yeah.
which was a fun
What?
and slightly questionable experience. All of it manageable with a glass of wine.
From the old town, you can take a short trip up to the castle, and the views from there are incredible. There's a beautiful terrace
Oh,
overlooking the rooftops of
I can't
Heidelberg, with
wait.
the river winding through the valley below. And inside the castle complex, you'll also find one of the strangest highlights:
Museum?
the famous Heidelberg Tun, which is one of the largest wine
Ah,
barrels ever built. Between
that
the
is
scenery, the
large.
history, and the relaxed atmosphere, it's easy to see why Heidelberg is often considered one of the most romantic towns in Germany.
Before we continue to the final two places, along with some honorable mentions, we ask you to please like the video and subscribe for more videos around the world. If you want to further support us, you can do that at patreon.com. Roger Lübke.
Schiltach. Deep in the Black Forest, you'll find the tiny town of Schiltach. This place almost looks unreal. The
Oh,
town square is surrounded by incredibly crooked, half-timbered houses that lean at all kinds of angles, giving it a really unique
oh my
character.
gosh.
There's
That
a
looks
shallow river
cool.
flowing through and green rolling hills in the background, which just adds tranquility. We had some famous cakes from the Black Forest region right here on said river. It's the type of
I feel like I'm gonna get fat when I go to Germany because there's a lot of pastries and I love pastries. Even though I am not supposed to eat them because I just found out that I have a high cholesterol, so I'm not supposed to eat those. But life is too short. I have to eat them. I have to try them. I really have to try them when I go. Can say no to that.
town where your hotel owner is also the receptionist and the chef of the
For
hotel's
real?
restaurant, and the guy who gives you a master key to the house if you plan on coming back after 10 p.m.
True story that
Wow.
happened. Schiltach is small, quiet, and incredibly picturesque. The kind of
Aw,
place where you can just slow down and enjoy the atmosphere. Waking up to the small town view was absolutely perfect, and it is one of the
my
prettiest hidden corners
dream.
of the Black Forest.
Yeah. Number 10. Füssen.
Person?
And finally, we end in the Bavarian Alps with Füssen. This small town sits right at the foothills of the mountains and is surrounded by lakes,
That's
forests, and some of the
beautiful.
most dramatic scenery in Germany.
Yes, the river Lech is coming
Yeah,
down from the
it's
mountains
so
and is so
blue.
clear and sometimes green looking, it almost looks
Wow.
unreal. The pace here in the very south is slower and more relaxed. No big city
I
around. It
think
is also
this
the
one's
gateway
my
to the famous
favorite.
Neuschwanstein Castle, which is super touristy
Oh,
and gets
yeah.
crowded. But Füssen itself is worth visiting for its colorful old town and incredible alpine views.
Yes,
Whoa.
it's the perfect place to end a relaxing trip through Germany, but it's also a great base for outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Our nephew loved the outdoor skate park. We went hiking and saw many paragliders gliding down the valley.
That would be
Man,
fun
the
to
Alps are
do.
probably my top favorite area in all of Germany.
I think Fuzon is one of my favorite towns that mentioned in this video. I really hope I could go there too because I know Germany is super large, so it's gonna be hard where to go because it's all beautiful. I really can't wait to go to Germany soon. Like, I'm really excited. Super excited. And I'm gonna add this to my bucket list now and do more research about this. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!